Good afternoon. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as I get right home with you in the afternoon. You can always find us on the radio at iacradio.media, where we are Fox News affiliates. You can also find us on television, Channel 182 Charter and Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. It's so good to be with you, and thank you so much for sending emails. You can send any additional ideas for shows. If you'd like me to do a little research, I can do that for you as well. You can send that to Donna at donnasedge.com. That's Donna at donnasedge.com. Always great to hear from you. So I've received several emails from you. The kids have enjoyed being home for the summer months. Now it's time for school. It most certainly is. So what can I do to be bright and ready and have the kids anxious and excited to go back to school? A lot of it is about preparation, and a lot of it is about your attitude about school. I found if I didn't make such a big deal out of it, I could usually get Brad ready for school a lot easier, a lot better. So I found an article, and you can find this on brighthorizons.com. That's brighthorizons.com. And this is an article about getting kids ready and out the door for school. And again, a lot of it is about you being prepared as well as the kids being prepared. So, why are mornings so difficult? Well, we want to stay up late. We watch that television show just one more minute, then it turns into 5 minutes, then it turns into 30 minutes, then an hour. Before you know it, everybody is it's late going to bed. Then you got to get up early to get the kids to school, whether you drive or on the school bus. So for parents, especially working parents, and this is tough, there's typically so much to do in a short period of time. You got to get everybody up. Everybody's got to have breakfast. That's a necessity. Then you have to make sure the kids are ready, have the clothes laid out there. So all they got to do is take the shower and jump into it. Got to brush your teeth and then have the books ready to go out the door. So mornings also provide the opportunity to assert their individuality and their independence. They got to feel like they're part of the game too, right? You can let the kids be part of the game, and it'll all be what your decision is as well. So with the clock ticking for work and meetings, this is a peak time for power struggles. We all know that, and as we know, power struggles can be very frustrating and overwhelming for adults and kids alike. Now, whether the kids are going back to school or they're struggling with a new morning routine, which is usually what it is, getting ready for school or childcare doesn't have to be a struggle. So we have some good tips for you right here. Tips for a smooth morning routine before school and childcare. So let's go ahead and dig in, okay? Because even if you don't have children, you got to get the husband out the door or your wife out the door for work. This is still a good idea right here. So adults have been going through mornings for many years. We know that, and we know what we need to do, and we know how we need to do it, and the possibilities of getting it done. Right? Well, most of the time I'm speaking for myself. Now, in the business of it all, we usually think about our kids and that they should automatically know what to do. Yeah, they should already know the routine. Maybe in the third grade, they should remember what it was like going to school in the first and the second grade. However, by steering clear of that assumption, we are able to identify and intentionally provide the resources and tools our kids need to be successful. And every parent wants their kids to be successful and better than they were in school. I know I always was. Now, the most helpful tool you can provide for young children is routine. Okay, even better, you can empower your child by allowing them to collaborate on setting this routine. So it's not just you setting it, you work together in this, okay? Now, have a family meeting. Now, first of all, if only your family meetings are about telling somebody what they did wrong, then they're gonna hate family meetings. They're just gonna hate it. It's like a place I used to work at. It's like the only time the boss ever wanted to have a business meeting was when somebody had done something and he was not able to confront that one person, so he'd want to drag everybody in on it. So we'd all have to sit there and listen to what somebody did wrong, which was not healthy for us, and it was not healthy for the rest of the team as well. And same thing with kids. So let's talk about this for a minute. Now, during a family discussion, ask your child what they think would make the morning routine run more smoothly. Get their input on it. Find out what they would think. And once you've devised a plan together, you're all working, you're in this together, okay? You can take it a step further by having your child assist you by creating a visual schedule on the routine. Now, routine charts are helpful for everyone in a family, not just kids. And I guess I think like a kid, but if I can see something visual, and that's what kids are too, if you can see something visual, maybe keep it in a place in the den or in the kitchen. Don't move it around. Keep it in the same spot all the time. And then that way they can say, oh, I forgot. Yeah, I got to brush my teeth after I eat. Little things like that. Now, older children can participate by writing and illustrating each part of their routine. So younger children can have a picture taken while they participate in the parts of this routine, such as brushing your teeth or putting on their shoes, and these images to the routine chart. Let them draw little stick people. So you can have let little Johnny say, okay, I want you to draw a picture of you. Let's pretend this is a picture of you and you're brushing your teeth. And see, that's input they have. It's something they put on the chart. Make sure you got a big one, okay? Because they're going to write big. But this is you're including the kids, and they have a part of it. And everybody, even adults, everybody wants to be part of something. Everybody wants to be part of a team. And these kids are definitely part of a team. So let me go ahead and throw this into voicemail. There we go. All right. Now, by including your child in the creation of a routine chart, they become more invested in the outcome, which will likely increase their acceptance to the new system. And it is a new one. Who likes new stuff? I mean, all that stuff is kind of, it's scary, when you're trying something new. Think about how you feel with your boss. Okay, I'm bringing this into it. And your boss comes in and he says, or she says, we're going to try something new today. You can tell by looking at the boss's face, it's going to be something that's not going to be fun. Okay, be careful of your reaction and your facial features when you're presenting this, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, kids are smart. They're going to pick up on it. If you act like it's a downtrodden thing, it's going to be a downtrodden thing. That's just the way it goes. Okay, now let's talk about this for a minute. Leave room for unhurried moments. Now, what does that mean? Give yourself time for some unhurried moments together before you must leave the house. I think this is a great idea. This includes making sure everybody has enough sleep and everyone rises early enough to avoid rushing. First of all, anytime I'm ever rushing, I'm going to forget stuff. Okay, I just will. So I got to the Gadsden Mall and Books a Million on Tuesday. Sometimes it's Mondays, but I'll go and tape some shows and have some of my guests to come in. One day I was running so late, it was like things were happening. I think Buddy got sick or something, my dog, and so we had to look after him. Well, guess what? I was scrambling around trying to get everything together, but guess what I didn't bring? I didn't bring the power cord. Had I just slowed down just for a minute and maybe had a list, or perhaps if I had done this stuff the night before, wouldn't have went through that. Now, if you're both already early, spend that extra time giving your undivided attention to your child while reading, talking, or doing some other activity all together. Maybe fix breakfast together. That's always a fun thing to do. Always follow through when you promise your child you'll spend time together in the morning routine, and it will go much more smooth. I mean, it's just going to be easier. It's going to be easier on you too. Absolutely. Now, this is one that I am in totally 100% agreeing on this one. Complete chores the night before. Anytime I have a very important meeting or when I'm going to the Gadsden Mall, I try to do everything the night before. It just makes life easier on me. It makes life easier on everybody. Now, to make the morning routine less stressful, organize tasks the night before and encourage your child to help with chores that are suitable for them. Let them get their clothes out. And by the way, Brad could never get his clothes when he was little. I mean, he would put like stripes and plaids together. He would do little things like that. Go ahead and encourage your children. Don't let them go with weird clothes. So and those garanimals were kind of fun things, because that way the kids could match to an animal. And I thought that was great wardrobe opportunity right there. But if you don't have that, that's okay. So You can also have labels on their clothes. And this is what I started doing with Brad. So I would lay out 5 pair of blue jeans for him to wear that week. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I would put the M for Monday on the label, T for Tuesday, and so forth and so on. And I would do the same thing on his shirt. That way, I would say, okay, go ahead and get your Monday stuff out. And he would go ahead and get the Monday stuff out and put it on his dresser. And that way he was ready to jump into them in the morning after he'd had his shower. It's just an easy thing to do. Kids love labels and they love numbers. And if you put the number and match that up to whatever day of the week is, they're going to love that. Now, to make the morning routine less stressful, organize your tasks the night before and encourage your child to help with chores that are suitable for them. For example, prepare lunch boxes after dinner and leave them in the refrigerator overnight. You can also set the breakfast table the next morning after clearing the dinner dishes. And let the kids do that. You can say, okay, let's go ahead and get ready for breakfast. So let's put the plates out there and be ready. So all we got to, we can spend some extra time together and we can talk about the day and what you've got looking forward to in the morning hours and for school. It's just a great thing. It's a great way. Again, you're not rushed, When you're rushed, it's just a terrible time. It's a terrible situation. Now, if possible, ask family members to bathe, shower, wash hair the night before. And gather permission forms, their lunch money, or their notebooks. Have all those things ready. During this time, you can also decide what clothes will be worn the next day. Again, if you'll have, and you can get these little cubics, you can get these little things at the Dollar Tree. It's like a little basket. And have that little basket set for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And have one for Sunday for their whatever clothes, or for Saturday, and one for Sunday. And you can just get 7 of them. They're $1.25 a piece now. It's still not a bad thing. And get different colors because that always works too. So whatever, and let them choose the color. You don't do it. The less you do, the more they're going to learn and the quicker this new adjustment is going to be. So just get 7 different colors if you possibly can. And so just ask, what color should Monday be? Now, keep it this way all the time. Never change it. So, they can change it during the preliminary time. But once you get a day of the week on that box, it's going to run smooth the rest of the year. And then think, okay, now you said that you're probably going to have a test and tomorrow in math or in social studies or whatever. So why don't you go ahead and get the box ready to study while we're having supper tonight? And then just let that box be whatever they're doing that particular day. That way it's going to be more organized. They're going to be more organized, and they're going to learn a lot about how to prepare for their future. It's just going to really help. Okay, let's cut into a commercial break, and we shall return in just a few minutes. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to limonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. I appreciate the time we get to spend with each other. So several of you have been sending information and emails about what can I do to be better organized and how the kids want to go to school. Part of it is about organization. Part of it is to treat it like a business, but don't let them know you're treating it like a business. And what I mean by that is to say organized. Boxes, they don't cost a whole lot. Boxes to put, again, just go to the Dollar Tree, or why don't you do this? Another thing you can do is just, boxes you have laying around the house, if it's a shoe box or whatever, try to have them as uniform size as possible as you could do, and let them write all over them. Like put little smiley faces on it, or their name, and put the day of the week on it. If you'll just do that, that's going to help. It's going to help you as well. So let's say you wash their clothes and they have underwear. Why don't you go on ahead and instead of putting them in the dresser drawer, why don't you go on ahead and put their underwear in those particular boxes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you have 5 if you want to do 7 for the rest of the week. It's all up to you. Having a family meeting, you need to be organized before you go into that family meeting as well. You got to know what it's going to be about. Make sure everybody does their homework. Those things will have to be discussed in that family meeting. Leaving the room for unhurried moments. It's important to not just, be in such a hurry because you slept late. Go to bed at a particular time, wake up at a particular time. Because believe me, on this farm right here, we're so used to waking up at 4:30. I couldn't sleep late if my life depended on it. So it's kind of like you have this little internal clock, and the clock knows what you need to do and to be prepared for the day. Go along with the clock. It works. It never fails. Complete your chores the night before. If you're going to wash clothes, do that the night before as well. Okay, don't do it in the morning when everybody is running around trying to find their socks and they're trying to find a particular shirt. Those are just things you need to do the night before. And offering encouragement is extremely important. Okay, so we're talking about the lunch boxes, and those are some of the things that you can get ready at night. That's things you can do if they like. And I'll tell you something else that if your kids bring their lunch to school, put a little note inside that lunch box. Okay, because sometimes kids just don't fit in, even if they're popular ones in school. There are days they just don't feel like they fit in, and just put a little smiley face and say "I love you" or something like that. That's always a great encouragement to you kids. And maybe you found out the test is going to be after lunch. You can put a little note in the lunchbox that says, "I know you're going to do great on this test." Just little things like that. It's encouragement. Kids need encouragement. They watch the stupid news on television too. They know crazy things are going on in this world. So they need to hear encouragement from you. Okay? And offer that encouragement. Okay? So if a small child is prone to just whining, you may want to offer frequent, gentle reminders of how special they are. Okay, now when you are busy in the kitchen and the kids' room is on another level, have them dressed nearby so you can supervise while you work. That's always a good thing. Yeah, because I was young once, and you're sleepy. You could even do it yourself. You're sleepy. You got to bed late the night before. You get to go early in the morning to get everything done. You may not see that that's a red blouse with the pink skirt. I mean, who knows? So just be gentle in your reminders, okay? You don't want to be discouraging at all. They get enough of that on the world. Okay, so it can be easy to coax and remind and nag here, but instead let your routines be the boss. Okay, the routine is the boss. Okay, so remaining kind yet firm will ensure that the boundaries you set are held. Now, if you're not firm, this is what I found out from raising mine. Okay, if you sound wishy-washy, the kid is going to pick up on that really fast. Okay, and if you don't sound like, you must have your shoes ready the night before, polished or whatever you're going to do with their shoes. Your clothes need to be laid out the night before. You need to have your homework already done the night before. Don't ask if they've done it. Just say you're going to do it. Kids actually like guidance. I like guidance. I mean, everybody likes guidance. Nobody wants to be thrown into a routine. Give them guidance. Again, be in a gentle way, but be assertive as well. That way, they're going to know, well, that's what I got to do. And what you're doing is you're training your child to be ready for the job because believe it or not, if you got young children right now, they're going to be grown and out and going to college before you know it. So what you teach them now is going to be a lifetime of awesome things they're going to be able to do when they go on their job, and their bosses are always going to love them. Okay, now, if your child needs a gentle reminder, guide them back to the routine chart that they helped create. That's another thing you can do. That's another thing there. So if they draw a picture that, have your clothes together, or what you can do is say, come here, I want to show you something. You remember when you wrote this on your box about having your clothes ready the night before? That's what you got to do. And that was your idea. A lot of people want to think it was their idea. So that's just another great thing to do. Now, for example, you can say something like, awesome. Looks like you finished brushing your teeth. Okay, what comes next? And have them have a chart. And this is another thing. These eraser boards, I love them. I wish we'd had things like that when I was raising Brad. That didn't come up until later in life when he was a teenager. but they're so awesome because you can even do one for the night before. Okay, so this is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to go ahead and jot down what you're going to do first thing in the morning. Let them write it, okay? Now, if they're very young, they're in kindergarten or whatever, they can't write it, tell them to draw a picture of what they're going to do. And anybody can draw a little stick picture. And they're going to know what they drew. They're going to understand that. It's going to help them to remember as well. Let's see, don't forget to recognize your child's good effort by encouragement on days when everything works well and your family starts the day on time. Yeah, that's extremely important too. Whatever you do, you say, you don't have to be a drill sergeant about it. But again, kids do like structure um, because they have something to look for. They have something to look forward to. And, and, and they like a routine. So if there's structure, there will be a routine. Okay, now set reasonable expectations. Expect your children to do what they're capable of. For example, older children can wash and dress themselves. They don't need you to help. Whereas this may be an unreasonable expectation for a 5-year-old. So, be prepared to have time on your end to be able to help them get dressed. Now, set one task at a time to make expectations seem more attainable. Don't just vomit all out of your mouth. You know what I mean by that? I used to have a boss who said that. He said, "Now, when you're talking to a client, don't vomit out on the table. Them, you need to give it to them in bite-sized doses." Same thing with your kids. And, don't just throw it out there because you're in a hurry and you got 10,000 things you've got to do. And I know how it is. You work, you got to do all this stuff. But just one task at a time. That's all you need to do. And they're going to grasp it better. Think about you. If your boss throws and just vomits all kinds of information out on you, you're probably not going to remember half of what they said. You're not. So make it easy, make it attainable. Okay, now this is the last one. Get out the door. Okay, so if a child has not been cooperative, try to get them ready with as little fuss as possible. Don't scold or chat. Just do whatever is necessary to leave on time. And remember this, if you're not leaving on time, that's probably your fault for not getting everybody up. Everybody has their assigned tasks. Maybe they have things they have to do in the morning before they go to school. If you have a farm, they've got things they've got to do before they get out the door. And we all have mornings when it's just hard to get out the door. Remember to give yourself and your child and be extra understanding on those particular days. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's life. Things happen. Something could be, it could be a rainy day. A rainy day always slows everybody down. You got to find the umbrellas. Now, if you listen to my weather forecast in the mornings and it's going to rain, the night before to have the umbrellas ready out there as well. Got to feed the dogs and give the kids chores. Now, they need those, so they got to get their pet fed before they get out the door. All those things happen when you're organized. You set everything up on time, and you just have a much smoother day. And this is something else. When you have a smooth transition getting the kids to school, the rest of their day is going to go much better. Because think about you. If you've been rushed and you think you're running late, you've got all these things you've had to do before you get to work, and you get to work, your whole day is kind of messed up. Same thing with kids. Okay, my name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. Central Time. And if you would like to send emails, we would love that. Send emails to Donna@donnasedge.com. If you don't want to do that, send a text, 256-659-4319. And if you'll click that little Q code that you see right up there, that gets you right to my website. You can send an email directly from there as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a super duper awesome rest of the day and get those kids ready for school.